Hi. This was It Was Never About Religion. Manifesto by Vicki Lynn Seward Hall Stanley, March 30th, 2023. It's a little late getting out. It starts with the Holy Bible, Matthew 25, 31 to 33, and 41 to 45, New International Version. When the Son of Man comes in his glory and all the angels with him, he will sit on his glorious throne. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate the people from one another as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. He will put the sheep on his right and goats on his left. Then he will say to those on his left, "Depart from me, you who are cursed, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me nothing to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me nothing to drink. I was a stranger, and you did not invite me in. I needed clothes, and you did not clothe me. I was sick and in prison, and you did not look after me." They will answer, "Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty or a stranger or needing clothes or sick or in prison and did not help you?" He will reply, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did not do for one of the least of these, you did not do for me." The Quran, 33, 5b. You will not be blamed if you make a mistake. You will be held accountable only for what in your hearts you have done intentionally. God is forgiving and merciful. Chapter 1, Holding Two Strings. On August 6, 2008, I received a vision of what heaven and hell were really like. I even noted the time of day on a piece of paper and inserted it into my Bible. 5:55.38 p.m. This revelation, whether believed by others or not, was part of a greater awareness that had come to me as I faithfully read my Bible throughout the years. I can't quote the exact chapter and verse of most of the passages I've memorized over a long period of time. However, whenever someone shares something they say is from the Bible, my ears will always perk up when what that person is saying isn't true. Perhaps someone reading this story will not believe it, and that is their right to do so. I am simply telling a story about what I believe my vision and the scriptures have revealed to me. For many years, I have told my children that I somehow feel that when a person reaches heaven, the first words they will hear, perhaps after welcome, will be, "It was never about religion." My youngest son must have been listening like my other two because he reminded me of my words in a discussion when he was grown and visiting me with his girlfriend. The reason I believe these words is because after reading the scriptures countless times and finding so much information there that no Sunday school teacher or Bible school teacher or pastor or missionary or evangelist had ever shared in front of me or in a book, I realized that the way I had been raised to believe about God or anything spiritual was skewed and imperfect. Some things were outright lies, intended or otherwise. For example, my memory is very clear about a preacher telling the story about how shepherds in Israel would break the leg of a lamb that strayed too often and carry it on their shoulders until the two of them were close and the lamb never wished to stray again. There are times over the years that I shared the story myself, not knowing its origins. Then one day, I was watching a video episode of a series I enjoy binging on and heard the preacher in the scene tell the same shepherd sheep story I'd heard him tell over and over again before. The preacher shared the story I'd heard from others before, but said that King David, when he was a shepherd, had broken a lamb's leg, carried it on his shoulders, etc., etc., etc. My ears perked up and I started researching. Not only was David not a part of the story, which was the original reason for my ears going off, the story was, and still is, not true. More than one internet site revealed the truth about this lie and how it started. Quoting from Mythbusting 8, Breaking a Lamb's Leg, posted by Claire at greengem.wordpress.com. It is, in a sense, or essence, a Christian urban legend. The earliest source appears to be a sermon of Brother William Marion Branham called The Good Shepherd of the Sheep, and delivered on Friday, 8th March, 1957. Perhaps one can understand how shocked I was to see this explanation. I'm not saying that the preacher who spoke this from the pulpit in my presence was intentionally lying. He may have done what I did, accepted it for truth without any challenge. That happens a lot in religion. It also happens a lot in dictatorships. Just a brief segue, but worth mentioning. My story will not be a long one. However, I do trust that if a person takes the time to ponder my words and thoughts as I present them, they might find a freedom they've never known within their own religion or outside of any religion. The Bible says that if you know the truth, it will set you free. Paraphrased, of course. Some will call me a liar and a backslider for what I believe. That's guaranteed. Others will relate to what I think is true and find comfort and clarity in my words. There will be some that think I'm a crazy old lady. Get in line. No matter what the response, what I believe has been revealed to me, I feel compelled to share, and I will faithfully do so. I've seen what mankind has done throughout history, and even in this day and age, in the name of religion. I don't believe God is pleased, and I'm talking about the time the one and only God, no matter what name a person has ascribed to the one they worship. So, holding what I believe in one hand and bringing it with what I've been told to believe in the other hand, I hope to convey a sense of peace instead of confusion to those whose eyes are open to contemplate the truth.